Let's talk about what it takes to break a joint tenancy with right of survivorship. In California, there's generally two ways to own property or to be on the title when you own property with somebody else. You can be tenants in common, which means that you each own a particular amount of the property. It might be 50-50, it might be 60-40, but you each own your portion of the property and could sell it or do whatever you want with your piece, not affecting the other person's piece. Joint tenancy with right of survivorship, when you own property with another person, the moment that other person passes away, you own the entire property. You own it together, but if one of you dies, immediately the other person owns the property. Now, oftentimes people own property with joint tenancy with right of survivorship, and they want to change the way that they own that property for some reason. Perhaps they decide that if they go, they don't want the other person owning the property with them to immediately own the entire property. It's very common to decide that. If that's the case, it's very easy to break a joint tenancy with right of survivorship. All you have to do is file a deed with the recorder's office, transferring your piece of the property. You can transfer it to yourself, you can transfer it into a trust, you could transfer it to somebody else, but just the very act of filing a deed, transferring your 50% ownership or 1/3 ownership, whatever it is in the property, filing a deed, transferring that ownership, releases the property from its joint tenancy characterization, and now you're holding the property as tenants in common. Even if the other person you're holding the property with doesn't agree, they don't have a say. So that's a little bit about how to change a joint tenancy to a tenancy in common. If you want to chat about it, I'm happy to talk.